back with the San Andreas. Last run we had an unfortunate bout with the pimping missions. I didn't really think it through, to be honest, but we ended up with a civilian death, and so as much as I would love to do the whole run over again, I'm not doing it for the glory or the clout. I do it for the love of the game. So we're just gonna be loading our save. If you watched the last video, we loaded from here and we went straight to the pimpin' missions. So none of that happens. Um, go back over the stats. So far, we've maxed our bike skill, and we have completed the firefighting missions. Um, just to recap again, what's going on with this run? I'm trying to keep the amount of crimes to as low as possible. The biggest thing that's going to be a run ender, or at least like a session ender. I guess run ender is not the best term because I'm not ending the run, huh? But session enders are going to be civilian deaths. I'm not allowed to kill, at least for the missions where it's feasible not to kill. Once I start doing the story missions, there's going to be deaths. Um, As it goes now, though, 0 total legitimate kills. That's good enough to start our day up. I'm not allowed to steal, or I'm not allowed to hijack cars. I'm only allowed to steal parked cars. I am attempting to avoid kills, avoid property damage, and avoid police. With all that said, we have to mosey us probably over to the Glen Park Hospital to pick up the paramedic ambulance. Even then, after we get the ambulance, I found that it's much easier to complete the paramedic missions when you drive on over towards Market rather than attempting to complete the paramedic missions here in the Grove area. It's possible. I have done it multiple times, but it really gets to be a pain in the ass having to cross these bridges. I'm not a fan. Again, because I'm not very good at saying it, I'm attempting to do all these things before I hit the Grove. So I haven't activated that first cutscene. My goal is I want to afford as many of these houses as possible. I want to get as many of my stats up and definitely get the driving skill, the motorcycle skill, the bike skill, possibly even the flying skill. That's something I'm thinking about. All that before hitting the Grove for the first time. That would be great. It is the quest for the perfect start, after all. Just like in real life, it is sweltering out today here in Los Santos. You can see the heat waves. You know what they say, though. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. Excellent. The ambulance is here. These things, too. No wasted or no busted allowed. Those will be session enders. So now that we got a hold of this great big beast, let's mosey on over to where we're gonna be doing these missions. Again, there's nothing wrong with the Glen Park area where we're at here in the Rolling Heights territory, but it's just way more simple to do it in the Commerce area. I'm getting a little lazy, just starting the session up. It's a bad habit. I need to really buckle down and attempt to not cause any property damage. It's not a session ender, but it's something I don't really want to deal with. Hello. The chances of that, of her spawning right there and not having to look at the map, wow. I've never had that happen before, so. With the HUDless, especially for the paramedic missions, I'm suspecting this is gonna suck. On the PS5 controller, if you don't click the button exactly the right way, it shifts your camera angle, which isn't the end of the world, but it's annoying, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Don't be shy, don't be shy, get on in. It's rough seeing like nice cars like that. I just passed a slam van. I have a tendency, I like to get the slam van before the high stakes low rider mission because you can actually use the slam van as a low rider, and that's it's the one car that doesn't really look like a classic low rider. So I like having that one available before. But as this is a no hijacking run, it doesn't really matter. Like that ZRX 350 or whatever you call them. I'd like having those in the garage just as a throwaway little fast car. And it's not really on the table right now, as sad as that is. The dilation between the map and the actual road is another thing that's always kind of bugged me a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but there's clearly like 10, maybe 15 feet between here and the turn, and it looks like it's another street down, honestly, but it is literally right there. Paramedic Missions, or as I like to call them, the Pause Simulator. I wonder what's going on in Los Santos, where all these people are getting fucked up and just standing around like that anyways. He took that one personally, you could tell. Look at this gushing granny over here. Come on, don't be shy. There's enough room for everybody. The paramedic missions were always, like as a kid, these felt impossible. But as I get older, they just, more than anything, they're really just tedious, monotonous. The most frustrating ones for me has always been the vigilante missions. And honestly, I found a pretty decent way to do them. If you save up about 2.5 thousand bullets for like an SMG, and you hop on one of them, like a bike, like a police bike, you can just sit there and lay into your opponents, tear them up. Oh man, I bring it up each episode, but civilians in this town have a death wish. They will dive. They'll dive 10 feet out of their way just to end up under your tires. Every time I see that, it gives me a small series of heart attacks. What a dapper gent. Coming straight from the golf club, it looks like. One more street up should be good. Why waste time going down a block when I can just go up here? Well, with all these motorcycles, I ought to say, if I end up hitting one of them and killing the riders too, that also counts as a run end, as sad as it would be. One thing that, you know, sucks, I was talking about this with the firefighter missions, or perhaps it was the pimping missions. When you have someone to pick up who's so close like that, it's nice, because, you know, they're so close. But you don't get any time. You get, like, no time on the clock. He made it. It's fine. Believe me, it's fine. Yeah, instead of a guy spawning right here, I would much rather him spawn right there. It's the difference between 15 seconds and 45 seconds. Especially when they only give you 15 seconds, it is so hard to actually get time gain from it. Even this stop, literally right around the corner, is probably going to lose me time. Or I might just barely break even. Straight down the long drag. Should be coming up on him soon. There he is. There he is. My man. Fanboy Nation. This run is going decent. I sure would like to have more than 1 minute at level 6, but property damage too, that's not a good look. I like this. When you have 3 in close proximity like that, it's a good look. From 50 seconds, let's see how much time I can make. I always liked this NPC when I was a kid. I always thought she was a cutie. From 50 seconds to 1:20. Because they're so close, that's going back to the timer thing. You know, even though I just picked up 3 people and saved a lot of time, I really am not making much off of it. I guess I'm sitting here complaining. 45 seconds, 50 seconds to 1:30. That's enough to work with. You know, I shouldn't be whining. How embarrassing. I missed my turn. I hate this street dilation. I can't stand it. Time to bomb it down this street as fast as I possibly can. No property damage, please. There we go. 45 seconds from 1 single person, or 45 seconds from 3 people. To me, it makes a pretty big difference. I don't know. I guess it makes no difference, really, but... Time to hook down the street and bomb it as fast as I can, I think. This is nice, getting on one of these main drag streets. You can really let it loose. I always disliked this little section, though. I'm sure everybody loves just going in a straight line as fast as they can, and then that infrastructure just comes. That curb tears it up for everyone. I have rolled countless ambulances trying to skip this, trying to skip over this. I've rolled pimp mobiles. I've had taxis ruined. That right there is a death trap, and I am not a fan of it. Level 7 is about where I go from like, yeah, this is easy to like, alright, this is starting to be a little bit of a slog. All it requires is that ability to just, you know, look at your map and rationalize where you gotta go, but I got horrible memory. Not that intelligent. Not that quick at thinking either. Where to next with 1 minute and 17 seconds left? Should probably hook to the left, quite honestly. Ah, more property damage. It's what I'm trying to avoid. If I am under $100 in property damage by the time this mission is over, I'll still be quite happy. Back under a minute has me feeling a little nervous, unless this guy gives me a 45. 40 seconds good enough. 40 seconds good enough. This isn't Pawn Stars, but I can work with it. I'm sure, you know, everybody who plays the game, it's been like 20, 22 years now, the handbrake is vital to these missions. Yeah, it would probably be foolish if I didn't attempt to pick up the 3 in one group, huh? Then I can get that lone wolf down there at the bottom. Gotcha. It's probably smartest if I hook around top and then circle back down. "43 seconds in close proximity to another guy." I love that. If I get 40 from him, I'm going to be having a great time. 41. Look at that time stack up. Down the street. Take a left. Look around. It's a good trade. Some property damage for a life. But as much as I hate bombing into the side of a car, I would much more hate bombing into that guy's skull with my tires. The ambulance got away, what, at least one? 200 pounds, maybe. I would not like that slamming into me. No, sir. Oh, I went down a street too far. How embarrassing. This is where I gotta let the ego go and I have to start looking at the map. If I don't, I'm gonna lose all my time. Straight down 2 streets and then take a left. No. Please don't give me any stars. Thank you. The directions are inverted. I just had a little brain fart realizing that. More of a brain shart, really. Hop on in, don't be shy. Yeah, ride shotgun. That's cool. We can chop it up. Talk politics the way home. That officer has a death wish. It's not my fault. He almost made his way under my tires, but I'm more dedicated a paramedic than he is a suicider. Level 8. Figure we'll get these 3 first. Don't be shy, hop on in. Back down to about a minute has me getting a little worried. Idiot! That's how I feel, CJ. The guy was an idiot. These main drags, these big highways, this one, this one, this one, these are all lifesavers for these missions.
What are you doing?
Oh, as sad as it is, there's my 3rd star. He kind of brought it on himself, but that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? Three wanted stars attained. Failure on my part, yet again. And that asshole officer. Should have taken that turn there and everything would have been fine. I've had people in this cemetery where you go to pick them up and you have to back all the way into the cemetery. They're standing way back there by the graves. I've had runs end like that. Fitting, right? I guess they're, preparing to get buried. They're dying, but you gotta have some faith. Again, how embarrassing. I missed my turn. This is a very, very detrimental wrong turn. I may have lost up to 20 seconds on it. As long as the next pickup is one of those close proximity fellas. Maybe this group of 3. Actually, it'd probably be smarter if I went all the way down and picked up these 3. Straight down, left, right. Not a fan of the inverted map. It's iconic the way it looks. I just wish it was flipped. There he is, standing down at the end of the street. It's my boy. Yeah, don't be shy, don't be shy. We're all going to the same place. We can carpool. 37 seconds is not as nice as I would have liked, but I'm not greedy. Yeah, I'll take it. Get on in. We're going, though. One more person out on, what is it, the Verona Beach over there. I love this beach, as I'm sure many of you also do. I've never been to LA, California, but man, this beach is beautiful, especially with the big Ferris wheel, the pier at the end. I would love to go and see the what is it, Santa Maria Beach, I think it's called in real life. All right, time to buckle down a little bit. Gotta focus, gotta focus. Dang motorcyclists in their lane cutting. Two seats free. Okay, I was gonna say, somebody didn't get out of my ambulance. I know I'm charming, but is it really worth bleeding out over? Yep, looks like it's just a big trip around the block here. If I can get back to the hospital with like 2 minutes on the clock, we're doing good. We're doing nice. Pretty sure it's right here. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Move! Move! Come on, man, move. A nice trick for the paramedic missions is to really try to get down the timing of when they hop up onto that back gate, when they open the door. I've never really cared to do the timing thing, but you could also remove the door completely. If you like get a chainsaw and you chop the doors off, you'll save a solid second or two for each pickup. It is no joke. Ooh, this one might be a little ambitious. I think the plan is to go up on this run, get him, bomb it back down, and get them. Yeah, get on the main drag and just run it. Quickly, quickly now. Let's go. Straight back down, all the way to the airport area. All the way down. More property damage, of course. What is the cost of a human life? Surely more than a street lamp. He was hiding from me. I couldn't see him.
Oh, man.
Sorry for the bumper. I know it sucks, but... Hop back up on that main road. Pershing Square, here by the cop shop. It should be just a couple blocks up. Went a block up too many. Yeah, at a minute and 40, it seems like we're losing a little bit of time on that run. Probably get yeah, that's 2 groups of 3. 3 to the north, 3 to the south. I think our guy's on this street. Grab him, hook back up to the north. Cute little guy. This area with the film studio, I like it for the world building, but I hate driving around it. Straight to the golf course. And we're good to go. Sitting above 3 minutes now. Now we have some time to start fucking around a little bit. Fella's been working out a little bit too hard, it seems. That's a nice looking... That's an Inverness, I believe. Wow. That's rough having to let that go. Another one. I've noticed once you start getting the spawn, there's another one. Once you start getting the spawn, you're going to notice it in an area. Genuinely bums me out having to let those Infernuses go, because even on my main runs, that's a car I have a hard time finding. At least this early in the game, you know, before you've gone to Grove Street. How nice would it be to pull up with an Infernus, you know, to the Grove. Grove Street, home. At least it was before I fucked everything up. Alright, time to get those fellas to the south by the beach. Straight, left, right. Don't do it, officer. One of them on the street, one of them on the beach, one of them by the bridge. Hop in on the street. Head on to the beach. Yes, yes, we're arriving, we're arriving. Oh, my goodness. Can you move, beautiful women, please?
You and me, weed? What a threesome.
Come on, pal. 10 feet this way is not that hard to do. Time to get off this godforsaken beach back onto the street.
Hey!
Oh, if he's on top of the bridge, I'm gonna be so upset. He is. Nothing like another 20 seconds casually flushed down the drain. Hello, beautiful. 45 seconds makes it almost worth it. That's always a frustrating scenario. If I would have just rolled, this big old beast. Strange enough, I actually have less of a habit of rolling the ambulance than I do the pimp mobile. On my like real life run, I was just attempting the pimp missions like 5 times in a row, and I just kept rolling and rolling and rolling it. I haven't rolled an ambulance in a couple of years. Top left quadrant, bottom quadrant. I love that they're in these nice little groups of 3, especially for level 10. Might as well just head back to the South Beach then and grab those fellows. Quick little jaunt back to where I just came from. Under a minute's getting me nervous. Because I've been piddling around the gosh damn beach. Get in. No time for fucking around, sir. We don't have time to sightsee. Grab these 2. Hook on that main line. Straight back. 45 seconds apiece. I could transport these people all day long. Unlike those freeloaders who are bleeding to death a block away from the hospital. Terrible habit that I'm guilty of and have done multiple times. Going to activate the siren and pressing R3, canceling the mission. I've done it at level 11 too. I've done it at level 12. Let's get the top left quadrant, shall we? Going up. Head to the left. I think he was up here on this road, right? Yeah. Take a left, hook around, pick up my fella. My boy. Every time I'm like, I gotta get this guy. It's a beautiful woman. It's a classy lady wearing a business suit. Skirt. It's like, yeah, I know that man. Okay. The golfers in the area. Where was that last one? Yeah, he was just straight, right? Probably hook around the block so I can just bool down straight when I grab him. And he's in. We're going. As long as I'm patient, I don't end up killing someone. And I don't roll this big ol' ambulance. The run should be in the books. With 4 minutes, that's more than enough time to get across like most of Los Santos. This fella up here, that's a bad, bad, bad look. I'll get these 3 and then tackle that fella. If he's up on the freeway, that's going to be a problem. And I genuinely might lose us like a whole minute. Up, left, right. Where is he? This is another guy that's probably going to be a pain in the ass. If he's like down there and I gotta go in and grab him, that's not so bad. I can work with this. I can work with this. Come on, man. It's a trick. It's how they get you to roll. Yes, yes, get in. Pershing Square. This is one where I always remembered because this was the first place I learned about the two-player. There's another one in the Grove too, right down the street, but the Pershing Square, I'd found first because I was always getting arrested as a kid. It's, if you want to play two-player, it's right behind one of those purple walls. With 4 minutes left, I'm in a comfortable place, but like I said, I shouldn't get too complacent here. Level 11 coming up. That's 2 more levels until I've maxed out the Paramedic Missions. Alright, let's see how troublesome this guy's going to be up there on the Mulholland intersection. I'm really, really hoping he's not up top. That was nice. I was able to avoid a little bit of property damage there. Not hit that street light. That was good. Oh, he's not on top. Thank goodness. I've had many firefighting missions go down the drain because I couldn't tell if they were up top or on the bottom of the Mulholland intersection. I was looking for the gambling shack the other day as well. Turns out it's over here. I was a street or two down. Level 11. This is not that great of a look. I hate seeing more than 3 in a close-knit group like that. Same thing with this. This group of 3 with this guy isolated. Horrible look. Here's what I'm thinking. Top left group of 3. Stragglers. Pershing Square. And I'll just start with these 2. Just make things a little easier. Not with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, I will not. I'm going straight to the left side.
I'd make you pay for that.
You gotta get the top as 3 and leave the bottom. Come on, 40 seconds. I need 40.
I'm a rusty brown donut eating gangster.
How truly
You don't need
depressing.
this no more.
Really, that one hurts. That one just hurts my heart. Let's take a look at the stats. That was an R3 click. Yeah, Yeah, I was spieling about it just 2 or 3 levels ago. Yeah, I've been on level 11 before and hit R3 and canceled. That's what happened. Let's see if I have any kills. Let's see what the property damage looks like. $66 in property damage. Like I said, if I would be under 100, I would be happy. As sad as it is, it's a failure on today's episode as well as yesterday's episode. At this point, really all we can do is we can attempt to buy a house. That could be the upside of things. While we're in the neighborhood, let's see what's up on the Verona Beach house. Not a total loss, but a bummer, man. A lot of these houses too, they all cost 10,000. Absolutely sucks having to settle for one without a garage. I really wish you could like use a parking space here. Not a total loss. We did end today's episode with a new house. Well, with everything said and done, let's get that save out of the way. We'll probably be back tomorrow, right at that same grind. The paramedic missions are a slog, but they need to be done, especially to get that double health. Can't see the health bar, but once you do the paramedic missions, it doubles your health. Huge difference. Well, with that said, everyone have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe to Snoot City on YouTube. See ya.